So what we're not realizing here is that we're in the middle of a huge global shift when it comes to pop culture. And something that took me a long time to understand and realize is that anime is taking over pop culture. And when I say that there are more people in my community that are passionate about anime than they are about DC, Star Wars, Marvel, etc., believe me, the conversations that I've been having on my Discord, the conversations that I have through Twitter, the conversation I'm having through Instagram or wherever people reach me, it's more potent that people are talking more passionately about anime than they are anything DC, Star Wars, and Marvel. And that wasn't the case 5 years ago. This was still popular. Anime was still popular and big, of course, 5 years ago. But I've been noticing in the comic book stores that comic book stores have been selling manga and they've been selling anime toys and stuff more than they're selling comic books, bro. Anime is basically helping comic book shops stay afloat. And the question that I have here is, how did we get to this point? Like, how do you go from 80 plus years of history, American history, dealing with DC comics and Marvel comics to like in 2023, where we look at some of these numbers here and we see these are the top 10 publishers for comic books and graphic novels and mangas, worldwide publishers. And the top 5 is full of Asian comic book manga publishers, bro. Marvel and DC are at the bottom, 370 to 300. Look at that. That shows a huge shift, but I've been noticing it before then. I was like, I'm seeing like my son is in 7th grade. He's 13 years old. He is more in the know with what happened in the last episode of Demon Slayer or One Piece than he does about Marvel and DC. My son don't even care about Marvel and DC heroes as much as he cares about anime. Because why? The kids at his school, it's popping now. I remember anime 10 years ago was like a taboo thing that you keep to your friends who do anime, and you keep it a secret, like me playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards back in the day, or collecting Pokemon cards. That shit ain't happening no more. It's cool now to be into anime. And let me tell you, that was never the case for comic books. Like, it was never cool to collect comic books, to read DC, to read Marvel, to be a Star Wars nerd, to love Star Trek. That was never cool, ever. But here we are in America in 2023, where the cool kids, to be, cool and in the know and to be popping, you got to know what's up with anime because they all love anime. That's awesome. That's really dope. My son goes to school and he's around that type of stuff. But it's like, that's also alarming, isn't it? How did we not like I'm trying to make it stop, but how did pop culture lose its way? And when I say it lose its way, I don't mean like, it's not good anymore. I just feel like we've been arrogant with Marvel DC. Like, people have not been paying attention to this huge wave of manga and anime that's come to take over, and we too often rejected it and never gave it respect and never gave it the attention that it deserved. And it even gets to the point where I'm a huge fan of anime now. Like, I've been watching Naruto, some Demon Slayer and stuff like that. I'm doing it. I have notjustanime.com, which is a website dedicated to people who come through Patreon so they get the uncut reactions of my anime reactions. And that is a huge thing. Like, I'm at to the point where me being a fan of all of the pop culture, the traditional like Star Wars, DC, Marvel, and then the anime and the anime stuff, I see what time it is. There's a big disconnect with the Western audience willing to adapt the good storytelling that anime provides. Because let me tell you, these comic books, Superman, Batman, DC, Spider-Man, all that they're cool and all. But my G, let me keep it a buck with you. The stories that they're telling in these comic books don't hold a candle to the complex, amazing, heart-pounding, pulsing, driven, riveting, deep type of narratives that are happening in these anime. I'm telling you, we got to step our game up. DC, Marvel, Star Wars, step the game up. We're sitting here going over these movies and seeing these narratives and the agendas and all the bullshit, and anime don't really have those problems. They're really about making the best product possible, and we are over here with our politics and our biases and our agendas and innuendos, and we're muddying the waters of pop culture. And the ops, they ready to just take over, and that's what's happening. They're taking over, bro. The manga and the anime narratives, the stories, the characters, bro. Motherfuckers is knowing more about Luffy and caring about Luffy and Naruto and shit more than they give a freak about Superman, Batman, and freaking Spider-Man. That's crazy. In 5 years' time, ain't nobody gonna be checking for DC or Marvel, bro. And this is understand this is a huge thing. That ain't good, because unless we start to adapt these characters and like show love and appreciation, we gonna be left by the wayside. And what I mean by we, I'm talking about the Western audience. As someone who loves this anime stuff, the Western audience, I feel like they just don't know how fire anime is, and they're kind of being pushed in the direction to not know how good it is. And they're trying. It feels like Hollywood is trying to keep anime at bay, but really you could monetize it. You could make movies. You could give budgets and stories, and you could adapt some of these characters or make your own anime characters. Have you even thought about Western anime? Like, that's an idea that could actually happen. We have talented writers too. Let's not look at the East as taboo or off limits or not our style. We need to adopt that. Since the dawn of the modern era, the world has been adopting American traits, tropes, pop culture, fiction, fashion, music. A lot of the rest of the world copies stuff from us, and they take traits from it and inspiration. Why can't we do the same thing with them? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to do some more, bro. Like, what's happening? These animes is fire, bro. Man, this nigga Naruto be making me cry, bro. Sasuke's tight. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hinata. Let's go. Demon Slayer's popping. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hunter x Hunter season 1 through 4. It's fire. So what I'm saying is, man, I just think that unless we start to, we need to open our hands and lend a tree out, a branch, olive branch, and just pull them in, and really let's collaborate more, basically. Otherwise, we're going to get overran, bro, because they're already dominating in printed media sales and stuff like that, and it's only a matter of time. They're already dominating the cartoon and anime, so it's only a matter of time before they come and just dominate in the merchandise, toy sales, movies, stuff like that, T-shirts and stuff like that, fashion. It's only a matter of time. So I really think that we need to step our game up and all collaborate together, man. Otherwise, anime gonna take over, and ain't gonna be no more love for Star Wars, DC, and Marvel, bro. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel for that real content. Subscribe to notjustanime.com. That's where I'm doing Shippuden reactions right now. I'm in Shippuden and some Demon Slayers on there. So shout out to you guys. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I'm Jody Joe, and I'm out. Deuces.